Okay, let's go through these problems. I'm starting on 13 just because. So it says decide whether the statement about the diagram is true or false. A says the measure of angle BED equals 90. So they want to know if BED equals 90. Well, I believe that's true. There's some theorem that says, I should say it's true because of this theorem or postulate that says a supplement, if I'm spelling it correctly, of a right angle is a right angle. So take a look for that. I think you'll find that in your book. Okay? So this one is true. Now the next one says angle, let's get rid of this, angle BEC and CED are a linear pair. Well, that's false because a linear pair has its non-common sides are opposite rays. So that is definitely false. Then it says C. Angle AEB and angle DEB are adjacent. So here's AEB, here's DEB. That's true because they share a side, right? They share a side. So that's true. Okay? Let's move on to 14. I had to look this one up to be sure. But basically what they want to do is if the lengths of the sides of the triangle adhere to the Pythagorean theorem, then it's a right triangle. So we are going to use the distance formula to figure out the lengths of the sides. So the distance for A and B, right, is, okay, -2 minus 3 squared plus -3 minus a -2 squared, which is, let's see, that's the square root of -5. Oops, that negative needs to be inside. This is the -5 squared plus -1 squared, which is the square root of 26. All right, then the distance BC is, between points B and C, is 3 minus a -3 squared plus -2 minus 2 squared equals, this is 6 squared plus a -4 squared, which is 36 plus 16, or the square root of 52. All right, the distance then between A and C equals -2 minus -3 squared plus -3 minus 2 squared equals 1 squared plus -5 squared equals the square root of 26. So basically, now we're going to test the sides, with the longest side having to be C. So if the square root of 26 squared plus the square root of 26 squared does indeed equal the square root of 52 squared, then it's a right triangle. Well, the square root of 26 squared is 26. The square root of 26 squared is 26. And that is indeed equal to the square root of 52 squared, which is 52. So that shows that it's a right triangle. Okay? I'm going to move on and look at these extra credit problems. It says, if the measure of CGF, right, is 158, what's EGD? So what's E all the way to D? So we're going this direction, right? And these two little pieces will be the same because they are vertical angles. But notice, right here, this is a straight line, isn't it? So all the way from this side of the straight line to this side is 180 degrees. And we know this much of it's 158. So that means that little section is 22. So we'll take some of these lines off. That means this section right here is 22. Well, guess what? This section is also 22 because of vertical angles. So the angle we're looking for, EGD, is going to be 22 plus the 158 plus 22, whatever that turns out to be. Okay? Now let's just do it. 158 plus 44. 202. Okay. Let's look at the next one. She said these are all separate problems, so we start over, don't we? We take everything else off. If EGA is 67, then what is FGD? FGD, this little piece. Well, this whole thing here is 90 degrees because it's a supplement of a right angle is a right angle. And we know by vertical angles that this and this are the same, 67. So this little piece right here should be 90 minus 67 degrees, which is 23. All right? Okay, let's look at the last one. FGC. I'm going to erase this. FGC. Now, you can stop this thing at any point and write stuff down, but I need the space to draw some more pictures for you. So if FGC is 149, what is EGA? EGA. We want to know this, don't we? Well, here we go. I know from this point to here is 149, but I go all the way to the straight line. That's 180. So if I look at this little point right here, that little angle, that angle is going to be the 180 minus 149, which is 31. Okay, so now I know it's 149, this is 31. Well, by vertical angles, I know that this is 31. Well, we want EGA, which is this. Guess what? This angle is a right angle because supplement of a right angle is a right angle. So this thing is 90, and if this piece is 31, we'll do 90 minus 31, which is 59. Moving on. All right, let's do this proof. So you have the given down there. Now they're saying the measure of ABD equals the measure of DBC. That's by definition, right, of an angle bisector. All right, now measure of ABD plus DBC equals the big angle. That's our angle addition postulate, right? And then, because of number 2, because they equal each other, you can substitute right there. So this is substitution. And then finally, we can add those together. So that's the addition property of equality, right? So that's not too bad. All right, let's look at number 10. Now, notice I have some straight lines here. So two angles that add up to a straight line have to add up to 180. So the first thing I'm going to do is take these two and set them equal to 180, because then I can solve for y, right? So 4y plus 17y minus 9 equals 180. So that's 21y equals, I'm going to add 9 to this side, 189 divided by 21. So, equals 9. So y equals 9. Now, I can do this right over here and say, well, 21x minus 3 plus 5x plus 1 had better, I keep hitting this button on my, had better equal 180. So that's 21 plus 5, 26x. I have a negative 3 plus 1, so on this side that's a negative 2. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides, and that should be 182. So 182 divided by 26 equals 7. So x equals 7. Now we can test it. because we know these vertical angles should equal. So 4y had better equal 5x plus 1. So 4 times 9 should equal 5 times 7 plus 1. 4 times 9 is 36. This is 35 plus 1. Check. It works, right? Okay. I'm going to erase number 10 because I got to write the next one. My little handy dandy eraser. All right, let's look at 11. I'm going to follow the same process. I know that, or I'm saying B, this is really B now. I know that these two should add up to 180 because they form a straight line, don't they? So 4x plus 10 plus 13x should equal 180. Right, that's 17x, I'm going to subtract 10, equals 170, x should equal 10. All right, let's try these right here. They should equal 180. 2y plus 25 plus 2y minus 30 should equal 180. So 2y, I'm just distributing, plus 50 plus 2y minus 30. So I have 4y plus 20. I'm going to subtract 20. 4y equals 160, y equals 40. So there's x and y. And let's check it because 4x plus 10 had better equal 2y minus 30. So 4x plus 10, if I put 10 in here, that's 50. Whoops, that's a 2y. 2 times y is 80 minus 3 is 50. Boom. Checks. Moving on. Okay, using this diagram, let's, if we know that angle 2 is 34, like you did, you already know angle 5 is 34 because of the vertical angle theorem, right? The other thing you know is, if this is a right angle, that's a right angle because a complement of a right angle is a right angle. So angle 4 has to really equal 90 minus that 34 degrees, right? That's 56. So angle 4 is 56. Let's see what else we have. Well, angle 1 is 90. They tell us, oh no, I'm sorry. Looking at the wrong one. Angle 1 is the same as angle 4, isn't it? Vertical angles. So that's 56. And angle 3 is a vertical angle to the right angle. So that should be 90. I think that's correct. And then finally, solve this equation. So you really had this. Just to finish it, you had to divide by -4, right? So -72 divided by -4 equals 18, and that's the division property, right? All right, so I hope that helps. I'm going to send this to you, and we'll see. Hopefully it helps going through it. Thanks.